My phone overheated. So, yeah, well. Oh, here we go with that. Like, I don't have that in my phone, so weird. See, here's how I know what people are going to do, and it makes them so mad. I literally said what you was going to do, and you just did it. Then you bring up something else. I am not going down the list of every single thing you just... I've already addressed it. Do you know how mentally exhausting it is? It's like running on a track. And you're running in circles, and you don't stop running, and you keep going around the track. It's literally like Forrest Gump, except if he never stopped running. That's what it's like. I don't need to be running on some track, trying to address every single thing that you want to bring up under a fake account because you don't stand 10 toes down. Because if you did, you wouldn't be making fake accounts. If you had a life, you wouldn't be making 100 emails a day. That is obsessive and crazy, if you ask me. I don't have time to be making 100 emails a day, to make all these fake accounts, making all these fake emails. I think Gmail and other email places should limit to how much emails you can make under one IP address, because that would literally stop people from making all these fake emails. Like, seriously. You guys have to get a life. You tell people to get a job. I'm not going to work to make money for somebody that kicks their feet up on a desk and doesn't care if I make a living wage. The world is crashing and burning as we speak. It is crumbling, on fire. And nobody seems to care because they voted wrong. Now we got high gas prices and everyone's wondering why the heck milk, eggs, and groceries cost too much, but you want me to go work for somebody who could care less if I can't afford to eat while they make billions. And you think I'm some idiot. I'm not an idiot. And for those who work a 9-to-5 job, you know, I'm not bashing you. Great, but that's not for me. Why do I want to work to make somebody else money? Ugh. I'm already struggling enough as it is. I don't need to go stress myself out struggling at a job and not be able to afford nothing because you said I could afford something. No, it's either afford your rent or afford to eat. Which one? Rent is not cheap. Food is not cheap. Gas prices is not cheap. God forbid, once I get a car and start driving and get gas, I'm not going to be able to afford anything. Oh, and then I got to get car insurance and then my phone bill. Like, I don't need all these stresses. I just need to focus on, you know, getting a bag and getting money and being successful and having a stable income. I don't need to be focusing at a job where the employer does not care about me, nor do they care about my mental health. Whether people say that or not, you can't even take a mental health day. If I literally did not want to show up to work, that's money that's cut out of my pay. Okay, well, you want to miss work? We'll take a pay cut because you didn't work that day. God forbid I want to take a mental health day and get paid for that too. Oh, sorry, you can't do that. You know, they don't care about people. Elon Musk clearly does not care about his people, and neither does Amazon. Have you heard of the working conditions that Amazon is in? And you yourself hate to get up to go to a job, but tell someone to go to a job. You yourself do not like what you have to do every day, but you want someone else to live your life to be miserable like you. I don't want to be dragged down every day by a job. God forbid. Hello? And you want to sit here and tell me, who has dreams of being successful, that I need to work a 9-to-5 job because, oh, well, you know, that's never going to happen. If I want to be successful, let me be successful. Why are you being a hater? Because you haven't figured out the sauce? You haven't figured out the right chemicals to make the Gatorade? Is that what that is? Like, some of you guys are getting jealous at this point. This is the thing. I say something and people literally have combative, I don't know what it is, right? I'm literally at a place or a space where I can't share my identity. But when I tell people that I'm bi, people are like, oh no, you're not. We don't believe that. There are things going on in my life, really going on in my life, that I can't even talk about because of the harassment. And it's so crazy. I can't even share the joy or the things that I'm experiencing because people are assholes. They're complete, utter assholes. They have nothing better to do than to bring someone down. The amount of times I heard that gay rights are being taken away, the amount of times I heard people say you're going to hell, and me having to be like, well, I cannot say anything. It hurts. Because I can't talk about it. Yeah, I have people I can talk to about it that understand, but you know what I mean? Like, in this state, in this environment, it's not safe. And to literally tell someone, well, you don't know, like, of course I know. That would be messed up for someone to do. What do I get out of that? Like, someone was like, oh, you're doing it for attention, okay? I don't get attention out of that. I clearly wouldn't want to be hate crimes, but I clearly have been called the D word. Like, that's not okay. And nobody seems to care because who gives a crap? Like, she already gets enough. Just let her get enough. And it's like people how do I say this? People saw that video and proceeded to take the whole video out of context. Do you know how crazy that is? This video telling people that they're using locales to harass, to bully, to stalk, to cause them to unalive themselves, etc., 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 and you proceed to do the very thing that the video was calling y'all out on and saying, well, that doesn't pertain to you. 100% it pertains to me. And let's be honest, you're using all of these things that people have put out there, these rumors, as an excuse that you was already going to bully someone for in the first place. Stop using they was a bad person, that's why I'm doing it. No, you was going to do it anyways, regardless if they was a bad person or not. Be 100% honest and stand 10 toes down that you wanted to be a big bully in the year 2026. You wanted to be a harasser in the year 2026 and use all of these excuses as a reason to harass someone. 100% talk about it. Because some of y'all ain't really talking about it. You're using, well, she's a horrible human being as an excuse. Stop doing that. You was already going to do it in the first place. And you do it to locales that have some sort of disability, some sort of mental disability, some sort of, they can't decipher between context cues or whatever it is, and you take advantage of the fact that you mess with people's mental, and when they snap, you play into that and then say, look, they snapped, because you caused them to snap. For every action, there is a reaction. You learned that in school. What are we doing? Someone reacts a certain way, and you're clutching your pearls, gasping, saying, or point, not even clutching your pearls or gasping, you're pointing your finger saying, look, see? Look at how they're reacting. Well, maybe you should think about why a person reacts that way. It's like you push someone's buttons. It's like you poke the bear, and then when the bear runs to attack you, you say, well, I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe because you caused that. And you don't want to admit that or look into yourself to understand why you do this to people, especially people with disabilities. That's jacked up. I would never come on the internet and treat someone half the way that you treat people and use their whatever it is as an excuse. I don't get it. Sometimes when things are going good in my life, I always expect it to go bad because of how people have treated me. I can't even... The half of the things I've heard from people in my life is horrible. No one should have to go through that, right? But you guys wouldn't understand that because you think it's just one big joke. Oh, let's follow them. Let's harass them. Let's do this and that. It's not one big joke. Like... Man, and you want to, like, on my live stream, do you know what being an empath is? You're not even an empath. So why are we even talking about empaths when you're not even an empath? Your goal and your purpose is to set out to hurt people and make people's day way worse. You're set out to be the devil. That's exactly what you're set out to be. Rebuke you in the name of the Jesus devil, because seriously, your sole purpose is to make someone's life miserable to the point where they're isolated. They don't have a life. When they hang out with someone, oh, let's harass her to the point where she has nobody. That to me is insane. And you go to sleep and wake up every day like it's a normal thing to do, like it's your job. Like you shouldn't be sitting in jail because it's against the law. And sharing people's addresses and actively looking for someone who clearly has PTSD, by the way, triggered in trauma, and you keep re-triggering them. That's crazy. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer, who unalived people and went to sleep like if nothing happened. It's like your brain is turned off and you become desensitized to the point where you gave absolutely no, excuse my language, no fucks to how badly you fucked someone up. What's the next drama? What's the next thing we can talk about? Oh, let's bring up her dad gone out of jail. My dad is on substances. I can't fix that. And it sucks. Oh, you don't care enough. You lowered his dosage. Okay, Dr. Oz, since you think you know everything, they over-medicated him. So if we would have continued to give him his medication at the same dosage they gave it to him, he would have died from an overdose. You wanted me to kill my own dad because you think you know what's best for people. You don't go to school to be some sort of doctor. That's crazy. I just can't even. My brain is just, it just bugs me that people try to tell me what's best, and then if I would have done that, then I would have been a monster for killing my dad, for keeping him on some sort of stupid dosage. Nobody understands nothing because they think of themselves. It makes you feel good to hurt people to the point of mental health issues, to the point where they unalive themselves, and it's funny to you. I don't think it's funny that's happening. Young impressionable people are learning from you, and they're taking these tools and things that they're learning online because you're teaching them this. They're doing it to young kids in elementary school and young people online, which is why Facebook is going to court for this, and they're causing these young people to unalive themselves because they're learning from you. And you want to talk about how I'm not an influencer, but you're not influencing anybody either. You're influencing people to unalive people because you think it's funny to mess with them, and everything I tell you, you're not going to care. Then you're going to sit here and say, we don't care. Everything I just said to you, you're probably sitting there saying, we don't care. Obviously, I know that. Goes in one ear, out the other. It's satisfaction for you to see someone be so miserable. Miserable. Hateful human beings that walk the earth and have the nerve to tell anybody they're a waste of oxygen when you do stuff like that. That is so crazy to me. Imagine waking up and telling somebody to unalive themselves. That's why I don't look at my DMs sometimes, because it's horrible. But let's pile on because, she already gets enough and it sucks. And I gotta sit here and be okay. And, this is what I go to therapy for. I met with my therapist today. But it's crazy. It's like, I'm not gonna be set back because people are miserable. I already get told that I'm wrong in the world because of my sexuality, and it sucks. and having to figure that out. Imagine telling someone they're going to hell because they love somebody, truly love somebody that's the same gender as them. No one would ever understand that. You know, it's hard. It's saying, well, you know, you don't, you know, it doesn't affect you, it affects me. And then telling me I don't know how I'm feeling is crazy. And you go to sleep every night with no problems whatsoever. Nobody is searching for you. Nobody is threatening you. Nobody is telling you to take your life. God forbid a large content creator tells me that and everyone's applauding them. Oh, right on you, good job. But shouldn't they be canceled for that? Telling me to take Tylenol, reposting things, cracking jokes. But if I turn around and told her to do the same thing, I'd be canceled. And I had to learn how to come at people with respect and kindness, even though I don't feel like it, because the way they come at me. I can't even be happy or enjoy anything. Oh, you know, what about your brother? Did you forget about him? I was there when he was murdered. How am I ever gonna forget about that? You know, it felt like I was back in the car yesterday, and I told myself if I had just stayed awake, he would be alive. No one knows what it's like. I have to live the rest of my years without my brother. And I'm thankful that my mom's alive. I could have lost both of them. Well, people sit here and talk about nothing they don't know anything about. Sharing 911 calls like it's some joke. Like if somebody wasn't literally in distress. Like it's funny to everyone. It's crazy. It's insane. And then you go to sleep at night. Like, you know, it's just crazy. You know? It just hurts. You know? I have to relive that over again. I have to relive the fact that I looked over and my brother's eye was missing. He was dead. You don't think I have to relive that? The glass breaking? Trying to be ripped out of a window? Trying to save my mom out of the car and then being told, oh, well, you ran away. You know, you posted a story before you called the police. Like, why do I have to do a play-by-play like it's Madden, like we're in NFL, about what exactly the steps that I took? God forbid I'm supposed to jot down what happens if I end up in a carjacking. That's not how it works. Your fight or flight senses does not work that way. You don't plan what you're gonna do in a carjacking because you can plan it and still not do anything properly. That's, to me, is dumb. Like, I don't even know. I can't even process people, man. Sometimes it's crazy to me, and it'd be the most hypocritical people trying to call people out, but you guys are bigots. You're major bigots. Like, to sit here and do these things that you're calling people out on, and then going to sleep at night like if it's okay. Oh, we harassed her for the day. Imagine that. Like, I couldn't do that to somebody. And they say, oh, well, you do it. You know what I do? I scroll in. I'm on Michael Jackson TikTok, to be honest with you. I keep getting, like, Michael Jackson impersonators, people talking about the movie, people talking about their favorite Michael Jackson songs. I post videos, and I don't really look at the comments. I look at positive videos. I'm not online, and yes, sometimes I do see negative comments and respond if it makes me angry. And I'm trying not to respond back the same way they responded to me. But it's so frustrating. It's crazy. I literally do not care about anymore, right? And I'm trying not to care anymore about what people say. But sometimes it just annoys me that people could say whatever they want and it's okay for them, right? God forbid I defend myself. I defend myself, and you know what happens? Bullying and harassment. Imagine defending a guy that literally paid somebody to get news from me, and you're defending him. Is that not weird? Because you're like, oh, well, you lied on him. I corrected myself. Oh, sue me. You've never made a mistake in your life? Imagine if someone kept reminding you of a mistake you made, and it was a mistake. Jeez. You wouldn't like it if someone kept reminding you of your mistakes. You wouldn't like it if someone kept reminding you of your insecurities. You sure as heck wouldn't like it if someone kept bringing up something from the past. It's like you're holding something against somebody. You know, you're holding it over their head. You're harboring it. Why are you harboring this hurt and this anger? Like, if you're harboring stuff like that, you should 100% go to therapy. That's what it's for. Therapy is a great tool. Like, instead of harassing someone online, go to therapy. What's the point of doing that? What are you trying to get out of this? You want someone to change, but do you think that is going to help someone to change? Or do you think that is going to help someone not be here? So what is this? Oh, well, we just want you to change. We just want you to get a job and do this. No, you just want me to not be here. You push people to do that. And I am not going to try any of that anymore. And I'm sure as heck not leaving social media. So you better figure out what else is next, because, like, you think you're gonna stop me? You think I'm just gonna give up because of that? I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up for the people who support me. I can't give up. Imagine if I gave up. Imagine if everybody gave up. Imagine if Michael Jordan, because he didn't make his football team, gave up. He would have never been on the Bulls. Imagine if the Beatles gave up when they told they would never be good at music, right? Imagine if Oprah gave up when they said she was not fit for television or whatever they told her. She wouldn't have her own talk show. I don't have the option to give up. I fought. I didn't give up, because if I gave up, I would have been way more injured in that carjacking, and I wouldn't be here able-bodied to be able to take care of my mom. Yes, she's at another shelter. There's nothing I can do about it. At least she has a roof over her head, and we're not under a bridge somewheres, and I can at least know that she's safe until we get a place. I'm doing the best that I can. There's not much more I can do. And then you sit here and say I'm not doing enough. Oh, well, you're spending all this money. You're doing this. Okay, well, you go to sleep with no pajamas. I didn't have no clothes. All my clothes are gone in the car. Money that I put into clothes. Things that I got from thrift stores. Things that I got from donated clothes, because I didn't have any clothes. It's so crazy. You're sitting here pocket watching people, but not watching your own pockets. I've had no money for this past month. And I think last month, all the money went to my bills, which was the storage and the phone bill. So I had no spending money, really. And people be like, well, you're... Okay, whatever. My storage isn't going to get paid this month because I don't have it. I don't have nothing. What, measly $16? Some people have zero. I'm thankful I don't have a negative bank account, but still. Whoop-de-doo. And then what are you going to say? Go get a job? Yeah, it's very hard for people to get a job right now. And I'd be a dang fool to go get a job and then not even make enough and have to choose what bill to pay. Yeah, you crazy. And for those of you that work to a 9 to 5 job, good on you. To be sitting here and be telling someone, well, you're making... I didn't make fun of anyone. And when I do say something, it's to the haters and the negative people that work a 9 to 5 job. Not me. I'm not talking to every single person, because I know how y'all love to twist people's words. It's crazy. To literally sit here and tell someone, well, you got no money, haha, you broke. You broke too, so haha, why are you laughing? You shouldn't be laughing, you broke. Broke people shouldn't be laughing. You work a 9-to-5 job. I know you broke. What are you gonna say? Oh, well, I make money. Yeah, it goes to your bills. Brokey. We in the same boat together, and you got a job and you still broke. And you telling me, haha, you broke? I don't even got a job and I'm broke. And I wasn't broke. I was making money to pay the storage. I've been paying it all this time. With an invisible job that you say is not a job, right? You broke. And you telling someone else they're broke? You don't even own not a near thing, and you're talking about someone else? Maybe try to own a house before you talk to someone else. And literally sitting here saying, I own a job, I own a house. Okay, well, you bragging. You could lose that house. You could lose your business. So what are you talking about? You own a business. Just as easy as it was handed to you, it could be taken away from you because you're taking things for granted. You don't appreciate the things you had, because if you appreciated it, you wouldn't be sitting here bragging. If I had a successful business, I wouldn't be going around bragging to people and making them feel less than because I own a business, I make money, and you're a broke person. That's literally the same thing James Charles did to that Spirit Airlines worker. You are exactly what James Charles did. Exactly. Why are you making fun of people because they're less fortunate than you? What are you, some king that says, bring me the jester because you want to laugh at the jester? Like, hello? If I was successful and have money, I wouldn't be looking down on people because I know just what it was like because I was out there. I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. Imagine walking up to someone and blessing them with a house and seeing them fall to their knees and pray to Jesus that they're so thankful they got blessed. You will never understand that because your mentality, your mindset is greedy. All of these corporations, all of these rich people are nothing but greedy. Why do you think there's only 1% of rich people? They don't want you to use your brain. They don't want you to think about making money. They want you to be stuck in a cycle to work until you're old enough to get Social Security, and then Social Security is not even enough. So you're out of luck. You're out of luck. I mean, I'm lazy. First of all, if I was lazy, I wouldn't make money. You don't make money when you're lazy. And second of all, when people say, is this the type of content that you work so hard on? First of all, videos, and I've said this before, videos over 1 minute do not make money. You have to post videos over 1 minute. You know why I haven't posted videos over 1 minute on TikTok? I'm not monetized. So why am I going to post videos for free? I'm not going to work my butt off for free. I cannot rejoin the Creator Fund until June. There is no way you're going to catch me creating content for free. Yes, I post on Instagram and I post on Facebook because I get monetized. That's like someone telling you to go work at McDonald's and not get paid. That you're doing everything for free. You're volunteering your time at McDonald's. You wouldn't do that. What type of person would literally work hard on videos and make quality videos and do it for free? Not only that, I have to be mindful of the people around me. Where I'm at, I cannot film or do any of that because of privacy reasons. When I have a place, yes, I can work on good content. Right now, I can't do that. And plus, I'm not monetized on TikTok because they took the Creator Fund away until June because I appealed. Then they said it's not quality. I don't know what it was. Not quality content, something, I don't know. Anyways, that happened. So then I can't reapply till June. So there's that. But everywhere else I get paid. That's why I post on Instagram and Facebook. As far as YouTube goes, we already know, I've explained. I don't because I can't film like that where I'm at. That means that I literally have to wait to rejoin the Creator Fund, which I can. I'll be in the Creator Fund and then make videos and post it. Otherwise, right now, You know, I'm trying to get this documentation in and get this stuff ready for my housing. What do you want me to do? I'm trying to eliminate my storage payment so I don't have to pay storage. I'm trying to get my mom out of a shelter. And you don't know what I'm doing because you say, well, you're not doing enough. You sit on your butt 24/7 consuming hateful whatever about me, and you post these YouTube videos like I give a fuck when they literally just say anything for a paycheck because it pays their house bill. Do you know how much money people make on YouTube talking about me? Thousands of dollars, because your idiot brain literally consumes stupid content of what I can only assume is like people wannabe T pages that don't even do the research and run with rumors because it pays their bills. Of course they're gonna bring someone down for money. The media does that. They sell a good story about a celebrity, people be eating it up. Like that Australia 60 Minutes thing about what is it, the Frankie, whatever it was, that family that's now coming out against Michael Jackson when they received money from him. He gave them money, and now all of a sudden they want to turn on him for a quick, $200,000 to sell a story? That's crazy. You're just like the media. These T pages are just like the media. They really don't research into things, and they just take whatever receipt someone puts out there, and then they just willy-nilly throw the word around allegedly so they don't get sued because they said allegedly. So they can get away with things just by saying allegedly. It's crazy. Like, that is so insane to me. That's the same type of not even mentality, that's the same type of stuff that caused Michael Jackson to not be here. That's the same stuff that literally caused Britney Spears to go crazy. The media hounded her like crazy. I could list a lot of celebrities that went downhill because of the media. Princess Diana would still be alive if it wasn't for the media. It's like a bashing session. It's like all anybody ever wants anymore is drama. Oh, let's eat it up. She's talking about her ex. Let's see, the next thing, the next whatever it is. And it's crazy. It is the media. Because the Inquirer is still active as we speak because they're too powerful and they make too much money to be taken down. Even Rosie O'Donnell tried to take down the Inquirer and she couldn't because they were so powerful and they had so much money that it would have cost more money than she had to get a lawyer to sue the Inquirer, because all they do is bash people. Why is the Inquirer putting out something about Prince years after he died, lying on that man's name? Prince is not here to defend himself. All the Inquirer is trailer trash media. That's what it is. Trailer trash media for small-brained people like MAGA cultists to read that. That's all it is. Because MAGA will literally buy into anything. Like they bought into that Trump phone where it literally says they are not going to get a refund, that they must continue to keep paying for the Trump phone until they decide to release the Trump phone. How stupid are you? You don't have a product in hand, but now you're making payments towards a product that they may or may not release, and in the clause it states you will not get a refund. What kind of a stupid idiot buys into a gold Trump phone? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Seriously. It's for small-brained people who don't look into things, who just sit here like, man, why don't we just eat this up? Like, they eat it up. It's trash. Seriously, there's a list of celebrities that tried to take that magazine down, and it didn't get taken down. It didn't work. Like, that magazine is too powerful, and all they do is talk trash about people. Do you know, look at what happened to Michael Jackson. His dad bullied him. He felt ridiculed because the media talked about his appearance, which pushed him to go get that nose job. Not only did that push him, There were other things that pushed him. Calling him weird, calling him wacko jacko, saying why does he act like a child? Because obviously he never had a childhood. Hence why he made the song, Have You Seen My Childhood? Oh, he has Neverland Ranch. He has all these kids over, kids who were cancer patients, who were trying to live out their last days enjoying life because they literally were not going to live past what date the doctor gave them. Sometimes people beat cancer. He wanted to give these people a life of enjoyment so they didn't have to think about the horrible thing that they're dealing with, which is a terminal illness that is killing them. And you want to say he's weird for bringing enjoyment, for making someone happy when they're going through a miserable time? The guy who donated a lot of his money to charities, someone who was very outspoken about things, and you label him weird and call him wacko jacko? To me, that does not make sense, that we live in a world where there's horrible human beings like that. People who could care less about how someone was hurting. He was alone. He was a lonely person. Yes, he had his family. Did you not see the movie when he asked his brothers to play Twister and they were like, nah, sometime? Like, imagine having nobody and the only person to play with was his monkey Bubbles. Do you know how lonely that is? The only friends were his animals, his zoo animal friends. That's crazy. For some people, their only friend is their dog. That is lonely. That is a sad life for some people, because some people are hermits, which I understand. It's a disability. They're afraid of the world. There was a lady that she made these mice, but they had like catnip in it. And I was talking to her thought student, and she's like, yeah, I'm a hermit. I'm afraid of the world. That's why I don't like to come out. That's a sad life. There's a whole nursing home full of people with nobody. And they're being mistreated. Because we knew someone who worked there at a nursing home where they're mistreating people because they have nobody. No family, nobody. Imagine being in a nursing home with nobody. And some of y'all literally take life for granted. Like, and you're sitting here making someone else's life miserable and trying to isolate them. I just can't picture it. Like, the media, you know, it's not hard to imagine. We live in a world with horrible people. But the fact that horrible people do that and then go to sleep and then wake up like it's a new day is crazy. Anyways, my phone's at 20%. I gotta go. Anyways, have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. This weather turned from sunny to it's gonna rain. That's crazy. Bipolar weather in Albuquerque. Anyways, have a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you guys later. I have to go. My phone is gonna die. I gotta charge it. And I really need to just like clear my mind, because that's a lot. That's a lot to process. And for me, it's just frustrating because I sit here and I say these things, and it's like when someone is passionate about something and people could care less. Like, oh, we don't care. STFU. Of course you don't care. That's why you harass someone to the point of them unaliving themselves. I know you don't care. You don't gotta tell me you don't care. I already know by the way you treat people you don't care. And it amazes me that you treat people like that. It makes me think, are you not treating your family like that? That's how I imagine you treat your mother, your father, your grandmother, the people around you, because that's what I assume. If you act like this, God forbid only knows how you're treating your family when you get offline. It sounds like what you're bringing is your problems online, and then you're taking these problems and you're bringing them to your family and you're causing problems for them. That's all I can assume. But anyways, I gotta go. Have a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you guys later. I have to go charge my phone. Well, I say later, but I'm not gonna be live later. But yeah, anyways, bye guys. See you guys later. You can report all you want. What are you gonna report me for telling the truth? because you want to silence people. If it's all about freedom of speech, then why don't you let people have freedom of speech? Did I say report you for saying anything? No. Have you been reported for saying anything? No. You have freedom of speech just as much as I have freedom of speech. Have a good day or night where you guys are. And I will see you guys later. So, yeah. Anyways, stay safe, guys. And enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.